Hey guys, working on the 2002 Chrysler. Wife was driving it earlier, threw an error message at us. P0344. It started running really rough. Looking that code up, determined that it is the camshaft sensor, which I've started to loosen a few of these bolts just to make this go a little quicker for you guys at home. So the camshaft sensor is this piece right here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to disconnect, just pull straight out there, and then you can loosen this bolt right here, and again I already have it pre-loosened. Oops, I'll grab that in a second. But this can't fit out, so we got to loosen this up to be able to fit this out. So to do that, we have two brackets here, and we're going to loosen these up. Take those out. These are 10 millimeter. This is 10 millimeter as well. And then I loosen these. I didn't take them out. These are just 13 millimeter. So loosen them up with a wrench, and I'm able to just kind of move these off to the side and out of my way. Next, I loosened up these bolts in here. I'm going to loosen up this bracket here next. Looks like it's holding it down. And then it looks like the only other possible, it looks like there's a 13 millimeter right here, and we'll confirm that in a second, and a 13 millimeter right here. I'll grab my wrench here and just verify. Yeah, that's 13 millimeter. So I don't think we'll take those off. We'll just loosen those up too. And then we should be able to lift this up just enough to be able to sneak this out. So I'm going to finish loosening all these bolts I just told you about, and then we'll be right back and finish up. So we got the 10 millimeter here, and I pulled that off. Set that off to the side here, and you can see that there's a 13 right down here. So we're going to just try to loosen this up. Get that out of the way. Oops. There we go. Just kind of broke it free and able to get the rest off by hand. There we go. I'm going to leave it on. I was able to loosen it up enough to just sneak this off. I can just let that here just kind of dangle down. No need to take a bolt out if not necessary. Okay. So we have these off. We have this off. 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter, to 10 millimeters, and then loosened all the 13 millimeters to be able to break those brackets free. Next, I'm going to work on loosening this one up and this one up back here. So we'll be back in a minute while I get those ones loosened up. So this one back here is kind of tight, you know, a little bit of angle on this. If you got a wrench with a slight angle, you're able to sneak in. This actually curves outwards, but you can get it in here, loosen it up, and then once I got one or two turns on it, I was able to get it more loose just by sneaking my hand in there. The one on the far side here, this one here, much easier to get at. So now we have those loosened up again. I'm going to see if, I don't think I need to take them off. I just have them loosened up. Okay, so we'll be back here in just a second. All right, guys, now, just so you know, too, I mean, you can loosen these up. I started with this, but then I decided I was going to move on to get the hand drill, just making it a little easier. But it looks like the last bolt is going to be this guy right here. I'm going to loosen this up. Okay, so we got 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, two 13s here and here, and then a 13 here and here and here. And none of the 13s I took out. The only ones I actually had to physically take out were the two 10s here, the 10 here, and then the 10 here. So we should, oh yeah, you can see how much space we get. And I haven't, you know, we can lift this up just enough to be able to, we should be able to sneak this out. There it is. You know, so here's the bad one. Honestly, I have no idea what would indicate one of these being worn or bad. It just threw the error code at us, and this was the most likely, based on it, you know, running rough and almost dying when you hit the gas. This is what it suggested it was. So we're going to go ahead and replace this. Let me show you the new one here. See what I did with it. I'll be back in just a second. So here's the new one, and that's like with these things, you know, I mean, you can buy them online. I looked, you know, I could have got this for 20, 25 bucks online, but when the stuff goes bad, you don't really have time to wait. I mean, we could ride it out and hopefully the car makes it, but you know, you don't want to get stuck somewhere. So I had to buy this from the auto parts store. I bought it from O'Reilly's. It has a lifetime warranty. Hopefully it'll last the life of the rest of this car's life. And it was 50 bucks after tax. So you can see exact same thing, just whatever internally. It is good, you know. So we're gonna do the same thing. Let's take a look here. We're gonna stick that. I wonder if it's this. Yeah, I don't know. This one's got some. Here's the new one, here's the old one. You can see how it looks worn and stuff, but I don't know what indicates it, you know, making it bad. So anyways, we're gonna stick the new one down the hole there. So I think I can just lift it up with my fingers, thankfully. Ugh. Get that in there, down the hole. And then just like that, should be that easy. We're gonna go ahead and we're going to secure this first. And I'll probably, so you know, right about now in the video is when you're going to see everything speed up, because there's no need to put you through all this, but I'll speed up till the end and we'll verify that the car works as it's supposed to. Okay, to recap here, got the bolts snug, and then once everything was snug, went in and tightened them kind of each individually to try to get this thing to go down solid versus, you know, tightening one down really hard and then going through the rest. So I got everything snug and then went back and checked everything's tightness. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 10 millimeters on top, 2 13s on the side, 2 on the front side 10 millimeter, 2 13s below it holding these brackets, and then a 10 and a 13 millimeter here and a 10 millimeter here. So now everything's been reconnected. So let's give this thing a start up and see what it's running like. All right, we're gonna start it up here, see if the air code goes away. There's a possibility I might have to disconnect the battery to get it to, you know, erase the codes that are in here that threw the error. But we're gonna start it up and see what happens. So. Yeah, it looks like the light's gonna stay on here. So let's do this. Let's turn it off. You can turn the key 3 times. It'll throw the code at you. Let's try that again. Take the key all the way out here. There it is, that P0344. So I think we got to reset the code now. So let's try to do that really quick by disconnecting the battery. All right, guys, disconnected the battery. We're hoping that reset the codes here. We're going to go ahead and turn it on right now and see what happens. There we go, it started right up. Check engine light went off. If that check engine light's ever on, it's going to help you. You know, the car will, you can do the turn the key off and on 3 times, and it'll give you a code and help you diagnose what's going on. It's helped me a few times on this car. So yeah, thanks for watching my video. Hope I did a good job explaining. Good luck if you decide to give it a try yourself. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and see you next time.